You are listening to the Hello Sport Podcast.
Welcome back to the Hello Sport Podcast. Here for a Thursday, home of unqualified opinion, unwavering bias, as you know the drill. Now, if you are watching this on YouTube, Punters Dribblers, you are seeing the early stages of the new HSP set. Background, a really sleazy, sexy, dusty fucking pink.
It's a sexy pink, Tom, and I'll tell you why we've gone with pink Punters and Dribblers, because it's a fucking tone setter.
Yeah, and it bounces nicely off the blue chairs.
It's like, bruh, I'm here to fucking relax and unwind.
You'll also realise that if you're watching it, we've got Tommy Tobler on the ones and twos with the fucking multiple camera angles.
The live cut.
Live cutting. So bear with Tommy, right? Tommy, not a live cutter of note in that he hasn't done a lot of it. So you might see some wild cuts here and there. It might be on the wrong person when the other person's talking. Heck, he might forget to press record.
Don't go too hard on Toby, dude.
No.
Because Toby's doing his best, and
Uncle.
we need to rally around this young buck trying to find his feet in the world, you know?
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
Dave got his new set in front of the Fatty Vorton glory hole.
Part of me wants to have him coming through it.
I was thinking that as well. He should be behind it and just have his face in the glory hole.
I don't
that
know
actually would be fucking hilarious.
It would be fucking genius is what it would be. Then I'm pretty sure there's like a thing on the back of it that allows it to stand up of its own.
Yeah, it does. Its own volition, yeah. Its own accord, on its own terms.
I just want you coming through that thing because it invokes beautiful memories for me, Dave. Memories that went a little like this. We did a live show at the Bellevue. New South Wales humped Queensland into the earth. I think we put 50 on them. 50 and bounce.
54-4, I think.
Yeah, 54-4. And Dave got licked to death by dribblers with his head through the Fatty Vorton glory
and didn't
hole.
get COVID.
That is one of my great memories.
Yep.
2 weeks later, we were fucking locked down and life ground to a
Basically
halt.
for 6 months. I was thinking about this the other day, and obviously lockdown sucked, but there's an element, and I think that the further we get away from it all, it'll be one of those things that we also kind of look back on fondly. I know it may sound weird, and there are probably people whose like businesses and livelihoods were completely fucked who definitely won't. But I guess I'm more mean from like a life goes quick, and you don't catch up with all your friends, and you don't see all the people you want to. Like, you don't see everyone as much as you'd like. And even though we were locked down, I reckon I saw my mates more because we were doing fucking evening Zooms.
Dude, it was a social time, even though you weren't with anyone.
Yeah.
I liked, and again, apologies to those that got fucked over by COVID. We're talking more from our perspective, in which case we were pretty sweet.
Yes.
It was nice to unwind. Like again, life's pretty fucking hectic and things move really quickly. And in doing so, the days and the weeks roll by quickly, and it can become overwhelming sometimes. But in COVID, dude, you get up at like 8 o'clock, 8:30, go for a walk, come back, sit down. You're ready to rock at like 10 o'clock, cruise, get through the day. Then you start having a drink at night, every night. Hop on Zoom. Your mates are on there. By 10, 11 o'clock, you're pissed. You might be playing poker. You're having a fucking ball, bro.
Yeah.
You go to bed, you do the same thing. But there's no pressure to be anywhere or do anything.
That's it. You knew you weren't missing out on anything, and then everyone was just at home. And like the amount of like when we'd watch Manly games, it was like
it was good fun.
The pro Manly rhetoric crew would jump on a Zoom, and we'd just all be watching the games. And you know,
the Olympics as well, mate.
The Olympics was on. Like there was just again. You know, not to be a broken record, no one's here wishing for lockdowns to come back. Oh, hold on. It's probably someone who's been fucking parked in. Hello.
Hello.
Yo.
Hey, mate, you got clocked in downstairs.
You took our car park, did you?
Yeah, sorry, mate. It was this morning and I didn't realise. I thought it was one of the visitors. I actually knew myself.
Oh, okay. No worries, man. I'll come move it for you.
All right, I'll meet you downstairs, yeah?
Good man.
Thanks, mate.
When they're nice, dude, it's hard not to, you know. When
It's
they're nice.
the Irish accent.
The Irish accent as well.
I tell you what, dude, that Irish accent that'll get you to do stuff.
Yeah, you know, like
You know?
I come in expecting to be pissed off, but then it's like, I mean, that's just a nice guy.
It's just a nice guy. He's
He
going
needed a
about it.
park.
Look, he made an innocent mistake.
Well, I don't know if it was innocent, and I don't know if it was a mistake, and it was calculated, intentional. But I can't.
Do you
be
think he's
angry.
hiding behind his Irish accent? Do you
I think he might be.
he gets away with shit and he goes, I can fucking,
Dude, I can
I'll be
charm
able
the
to
pants off
manipulate
anyone.
you if you want, bro.
I can charm the pants off.
All I'm gonna
anyone.
do is go open my mouth.
Or it could be that I'm scared of Irish people. you know, you got to park them in. You got to leave your number there because it just means I'm slowly eliminating the people who will park there. You know, some people might be like, it's petty. Park somewhere else. The reality is today I couldn't have parked anywhere else because there were no more parks in the fucking whole space. But
Sometimes it pays to be petty.
Dude, it's not even petty. It's like, I'll park you in, and then you'll realize that you're in someone else's park, and you won't do it again. And then some other motherfucker will do it. And we're just going to slowly work our way through maybe the entirety of the building. But what were we talking about? Lockdowns. Shout out to them. I just think it was nice. And then not nice, it was fucking overwhelming. I think with anything, with time, you forget about how fucked some shit was. Really well said there. You forget about how intense it was, how overwhelming it was, how much you were like, I am so sick of being stuck in this goddamn house.
Mate, it's like when you go for a run and you're hating every second of it, and then like an hour later, you're like, oh, that was all right.
Yeah, you're almost like, I could have pushed that harder.
That was fine.
Actually,
you're only saying that now, dickhead, because you fucking stopped and you've had a bottle of water and you've had a shower and then you're laying on the couch.
Yeah.
Like, it's all good now, obviously.
And before. I'm very confident before a run, and then about 30, 40 metres in, I go, oh, no, I'm not going that hard. You know what I mean? Like, it hasn't even hit a K yet, and I'm fucking...
I find the first K is tough.
I find the second K tough.
It takes me a while to fucking get the bod warmed up.
I reckon first, and again, you're talking to a couple of runners here who are training for a marathon, sorry, but I reckon the first maybe like 150, 200 metres for me, hard as hell. My back sort of hurts a bit, my lower back.
Same, dude.
Yeah.
Literally, it's like I try and do a warm-up, but it's also like I find them arduous. And
yeah, they are.
Do you know what I mean? But I try and put in the hard yards, but I find my body's just... Like the run I went for the other night in Centennial Park, my back was fucking not good for like the first K and a half.
Yeah, it warms up.
And then it warmed up and it lubed up and then we started moving and shaking and we got into a bit of work then.
I wore the complete wrong underoos.
What did you wear?
They're just briefs. They're just like briefs.
What sort of briefs?
Just normal Bonds fucking briefs.
Like those ones?
Yeah. I never know either. I'm not even 100% sure.
Like trunks?
They're like tight boxer shorts.
Not undies.
No, not undies. Tight boxer shorts, I guess.
Briefs. No, they're not boxer shorts.
No, but like as in boxer shorts are shorts, right? So these are shorts that are tight to your skin, but they don't go down that long.
Would you call them briefs or
I think
trunks?
you call them briefs.
Or trunks?
Option B,
I think
option
briefs.
C. I think
Because you
they're
got like your undies, which are the regular ones.
they're pretty much option B with maybe a slightly longer leg.
I don't like undies anymore. Haven't for years.
No. I'm not a big undie
Not a
guy.
vibe for
Not
me.
a big undie guy.
Not a
I find
vibe
they get
at
a
all.
bit G-bangerish sometimes as you work throughout the day.
I find they're a bit tight on the junk.
Oh, they're very tight on the jump.
They don't handle your fellas well enough.
they
I
don't.
don't think they're not cupping you. They're like, stay there, cunt.
Yeah.
Like I don't like that.
No, you feel like they're putting them in a straitjacket as
Yeah.
opposed to just a nice jumper.
Don't put my junk in a straitjacket, mate, because it's not
Always.
going to be happy about that.
But I wore that. I wore those because we have been sent some step ones, not an ad, but we were sent some.
They're pretty fucking good.
They're pretty good. Like
I'm just going to be honest, and this isn't an ad.
This is not an ad.
We were sent step ones because we're influencers now.
Look.
And I got to tell you, they're pretty fucking good.
They are. I can't help it.
I've got them on right now.
This will be the last ad you hear. Not an ad, but like the last, and it probably won't be the last, but I mean, we'll obviously try and get a little corporate fisting from it, but they're good.
They are good, and it is what it is. You didn't have your step ones on though.
So
dude.
anyway, so I ran. I was only going for a lap, or not a lap. I was going for 4Ks. That's like my base. I
Lap
run
and a-
4Ks.
lap and a
So it's a
pinch.
lap and a bit of Centennial Park. At approaching 3Ks, I was like, "Oh, this chafe is so bad. I'm just going to call it a fucking lap." Or at 3Ks. Well, I can't remember, but around there, I was like, "Fuck it, I can't do it anymore."
How bad? What like?
Not that-
describe the chafe.
I was like waddling with my legs out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like I'm swinging.
So you were
my
running
legs.
like a duck?
No, I was running like a duck and constantly hands down the pants trying to, because with briefs, right, the amount of leg you have, like that comes down, that could potentially aid in chafe-based issues.
Yes.
Is pretty small, right? So I was constantly trying to drag them down to like block the problem areas, and then it would just ride straight back up. So I'm like waddling like a duck. Thank God it was pitch black.
You didn't have your step ones on.
Didn't. But so I was waddling like a duck in the dark and in a bit of pain.
Constantly with your hands down.
Constantly hands down the pants. Whilst trying to hold my phone with the torch because it was literally like fucking pitch black. I couldn't see shit. And there was
Were
like,
you running with a torch?
by the end of it, bro, yeah, I had my light on my phone. Bunch of runners did. I saw other runners doing it.
Yeah, I know. And I was like, fuck off. It's not that dark.
No, it was, bro. I couldn't see a thing. You were also running on the road. Maybe that helped. But I was
ran on
running on
the
the
road.
path. There
I
was
ran on the
puddles
road.
and mud.
I just followed the white line,
Yeah,
which you could
see.
still, which is picking up light.
Yeah, no, I wasn't. So I'm trying to do all these things, and then I'm getting to 4K to 3Ks, and I'm like, dude, listen, this isn't fun, but like a marathon is going to be so much worse, and you have to just show even the slightest bit of fucking get up and go about. Yeah, if you try and pull the plug now, you are fucked for this marathon.
Yeah. You
So
got to
it
show
was
some grit.
It's about trying to attitude change. So I finished my 4 kilometers, very impressive. But my fucking chafe, dude, it was bad, and it was bad the next day. And I wore step ones all day, didn't go for a run. Just wore them to keep my legs apart. I needed to separate them.
You got to separate them, mate. You got to keep them apart because the thigh has a natural tendency to want to rub together. They want to fucking hang out. They want to be best buds. They want
to make fire.
They want to make fire. Thighs want to make fire, and that's a problem that man's faced since the dawn of time.
Yep.
It's as simple as that.
We're getting back into a fitness routine, though. We spoke to Josh the other day. This is all part. We will be documenting the marathon journey.
We also, punters and dribblers, there will be details emerging.
Yeah, do you want to run a marathon with us? I mean, I don't want to run a marathon, but I will be buoyed by the inclusion of a bunch of punters and dribblers.
We will be running the Sydney Marathon. I believe it's September 18th. If I'm a little off on the dates, fucking
Sue me,
bruh. Get over it. Pretty sure it's September 18th, Sunday, Sydney Marathon. We are running. There will be a mental health bent.
We're raising money for.
We're raising money for mental health. That's right. Tom and I will be documenting it via a YouTube series.
Marathon Man,
coming soon.
And by soon, closer to September.
But
that's not far off.
It's not that far, dude. It's really not that far. We also, I think, will be doing like a Hello Sport. I don't know how it works.
Punters and dribblers crew.
Like a punters and dribblers crew. So if you're a punter or a dribbler and you want to run or be a part of running on the day with us, then fucking we'll be sharing details on how to sign up, I believe. I don't know many details myself, so I'm just sort of trying to fucking
the problem
walk this
here is
out.
punters dribblers. What you're hearing is that Eddie, the man who got us into this fucking mess, and by mess I mean having to run a goddamn marathon at 30, whatever.
You didn't have to join him.
Well, I did, Eddie. I did have to because what I do
because you made
is
the right stuff.
I don't leave my friends behind.
Yeah,
like
good
you
man.
left me behind in Brisbane taking grenades from dribblers. I'm not going to go into it, but I'm just saying that's I don't leave friends behind. So I will run with you.
Yep.
I will get myself into absolute fucking tip top.
I can't wait to see you in
condition.
Marathon, Nick, dude.
I hope I get in it. I
want to see you in Marathon, Nick. I reckon you look hot.
Nick.
You know what I think you might look like?
Like
First year
fucking-
Bathurst, hot as fuck Burma, you know?
but with a beard,
With a beard.
which is probably all I was missing.
Which made you the triple threat, mate. The
Yeah.
hair, the beard, the bod, dude.
It'd be nice to not be fucking sloppy. you
Yeah.
know?
Like we'll get running singlets and shit. It'll be a hoot.
Yeah, we'll get
It'll be
it
fun.
there. We'll work it
but
out. We'll
details
work
to
it out.
come. I think we're just under 4 months out, punters and dribblers. So if you want to do it with us, I'd be getting out there and I'd be fucking pounding the pavement.
Maybe a couple of get-togethers. I know everyone does run clubs, and we're not. I certainly am not promising a run club. That's what I'm going to say. This, but
You're promising to think about.
we're promising to think about maybe doing one at some point. It might be one. It might be none. It might never ever happen. But in the training process, if we've got a bunch of dribblers who are all like trying to become great like we are,
Yeah.
then maybe it's called a we have some sort of like greatness meetup.
Have you ever thought about becoming great? Like, have you ever woken up one morning and gone, do I have what it takes to be great?
I wouldn't mind being great today
Fuck, dude. Imagine being great. We're offering you the opportunity to be great
with us.
via us, with
Through
us. Aside,
Have you had a cold
alongside us.
shower yet?
I had
haven't.
one.
You
I had one.
haven't.
I swear to God I had one. I swear to God I had one. But I haven't had any more.
Dude,
That's just a reality.
I start my day now.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, you've got to. Just try it. Just try it for a week. It's not that hard. It means, I tell you what
I fucking hate it.
so do I.
I'm pathetic. I know.
Think about Anthony Joshua, who we'll get to actually. But I just somewhat, because now dribblers have just tagged me in fucking people talking about cold showers because it's just like ridiculous. And Harry Garside hasn't had a fucking warm shower in a year. Not one. Anthony Joshua says he does it every day. Now, he's no longer a world champion, but that's no reason to knock the guy. But it's about putting yourself in uncomfortable situations so that when the uncomfortable situations present themselves, punters, dribblers, I hope you're on me right now, Tobler. I hope you're not on a wide shot. When the uncomfortable situation presents itself, you go, uncomfortable? Try having cold showers every day. I'm ready for anything.
So is that how it works? So like at 30 Ks, when you've got 12 Ks to go and you're in the fucking hurt locker and you're chafing within an inch of your life
Nipples
and the shin
bleeding.
splints are fucking flared up and your nipples are bleeding and you're in tears and you're about to collapse.
Shit yourself. Apparently you shit
You're
yourself
covered
when you
in
run.
you're covered in poo. Are you telling me that in that moment you're going to be able to tap into the cold showers
Yeah.
and what they
Yeah,
provided
yeah.
you? All right. Well, that's powerful stuff too.
Go, bruh, I've been fucking harder places than this. Try having a cold shower for 30 seconds in the morning. In winter.
You think this is hard, mate?
Yeah.
That ain't nothing, bro.
Nothing.
What about at night? Do you go warm at night?
Yeah, I'm not at cold at night yet. I'm still a bit of a pussy.
So
at
you haven't
nighttime.
really been like
Well, no, because I think the start
cold
of the
at
day,
night. Nah, cold at nights. That's
no,
big
cold
boy
in the morning
stuff.
is actually worse.
You reckon?
Yeah, because the morning it's fucking freezing in the morning.
Freezing at night.
No, it's colder in the morning because the day has been warmed. The earth is cooling from the sun during the day. It is colder in the morning. Don't fucking question me. It's definitely colder in the morning, but it's also like the way you start. Your nice warm hug in the morning to get you going, but it actually gets you going way more in the cold. Now, do I want to start becoming just a cold shower operator exclusively? Yes. Do I want to retire the hot shower from my life? Yes. Has my psoriasis ever been worse on my legs? No. Might be the worst it's ever been. Apparently, if you listen...
So is it not working?
No, I'm still fucking having hot showers.
Right.
So if you listen to Charlie of pilot.com.au fame, promo code dribblers, first doctor's consult for free, he says that Wim Hof says, oh shit, that if you have cold showers, then psoriasis goes away.
Is that what Wim reckons?
Well, it actually might be not Wim. Who's the... Stay hard.
Goggins.
Goggins. I think maybe Goggins.
Goggins wouldn't have had a hot shower in fucking 40 years.
No.
Are you... With your psoriasis, obviously it's an issue for you, old
It's
mate.
like, I mean, you learn to live with it.
If Goggins is telling you that cold showers exclusively fixes the problem, why don't you just walk it out and have a cold one at night and just see if it works?
I might. That's the plan. See, like, if I don't know if you can see that. You could see it.
You wouldn't be able to see it.
You wouldn't probably be able to see it, but you would if you, at the end of the day, and probably more so after a fucking hot shower, this is as red as the devil's dick. Like, it is fucking red, dude. And you're like, oh my God, I look like I'm dying.
So just fucking put the hot shower away, mate. Go
The
cold.
problem with the nighttime shower, Eddie, and I'm sure that the dribblers are loving this conversation, that's when I get my soaping done. I soap at night. The morning's about waking up and just rinsing off the nighttime sweat.
Could you get to a place, and again, keeping in mind you're running a marathon this year, go internal, go within yourself, get in that cold shower and soap up there and then?
Yes.
I think you can
can
reach
do
that
it.
point. Like how long do you need to soap?
Well, to be honest,
You can get your soaping done in a minute, easy.
I'm also, I think, doing my bit for the environment because if it's a warm shower, you might not see me for 6 months. I'll be sitting in there for so long. I love a warm shower. But now, Daddy's in and out inside of a minute, probably a minute and a half. Minute?
You can get enough. You can get soaping done in a minute.
Of course you
dude.
can, dude. Of course you can, but it's fucking cold. That's all it is. It's like I wouldn't mind just like being able to enjoy myself while I soap my body. You know what I mean? Who doesn't enjoy a good soaping?
Yeah, I get you.
Eddie, the show this week brought to you, as always, by our friends at Pilot, the online men's health toolkit, health portal, place to go if you need to for your health. Now, the beauty of Pilot, my dear friend, is that you're not always sick, right?
Not always.
You're not always worried about the fucking wart on your butthole or the fucking growth on your dick. But when you are, there's a place to go that means you don't have to go and stare into the eyes of a doctor and go, hey, look at this thing.
Yeah, Doc, can you run an eye over these hemorrhoids because they're giving me a hell of a lot of grief?
Could you have a little pinch of these hemis, Doc, and just tell me what's going on? Can you burst them? How do you operate a hemorrhoid?
Exactly right, Tom. Now,
Are
as
they
you,
internal? Are they external?
Well, they could be internal, they could be external. You could have a really bad case of the internal-external hemorrhoids, dude. They happen, right?
It's a thing.
But when they do happen, know this, punters and dribblers. Know this. There's a place to go for all men. You go to pilot.com.au/hello sport. We're going to ship you the first doctor's consult for free using the code dribblers. That's our gift to you. We're looking after men all across this beautiful land of ours.
That's right. So listen, there is a time when you'll need it. The time may not be now, but the time will be sometime. So keep Pilot at the forefront of your motherfucking minds. It's all men's health issues. Online doctor's consultations, scripts and prescription medication sent directly to your door. Make smart decisions this Christmas.
Stop putting it off, baby. Stop putting it off. What soap you rocking at the moment?
Just a Dove pump, mate. Just a Dove pump.
Just a Dove pump.
Shout out to Dove. Shout out to Pumps.
Shout out Pump.
Dude,
shout out to Dove.
Shout out to Pump Soap.
Pump soap is one of the great inventions.
Of all time. That's
all
you can
time.
say that. Liquid pump soap.
That'd get you going as well because you're a germaphobe, and the idea of sharing soap, I think, would probably trouble you.
Yeah, you know what it does, but
But
it
can
also
soap, by its very nature, punters and dribblers, be dirty? Do you know what I mean?
it's a good question.
Like, can soap become dirty?
This is a dirty soap. How is that possible?
Can you pick up a block of soap and go, this soap's dirty?
Well, I think you could
A bar of soap? A bar?
a block cake of soap.
Cake of soap? I don't like that they call it a cake of soap because I think a cake, and I'm like, we can't eat that. It's a bit cruel.
You're denigrating cakes globally, but it is what it is, right?
Do you know what I mean, though? Like, if you sometimes you look at the soap, you're like, that soap's dirty, but is it dirty? It's actually clean.
It's a mind melter, and you've put me in a literal mental pretzel, and I'm not sure. The problem that I have, and I can use
Because
soap.
you don't use soap that other people use.
No, but see, the
because
thing is,
you're of the you're of the opinion that it's dirty.
No.
But therein lies
so here, the conundrum.
the conundrum.
But I also do, or have done in the past, used a communal cake of soap, right? I have, but it's certain scenarios, certain situations. What I would say is that the thing about the soap is that it's constantly shedding layers, right?
It's getting smaller.
It's getting smaller,
Yeah.
like a gobstopper for your asshole.
Yeah, it gets smaller to the point where you go, hey, I've had enough with you, buddy, and you just slip
remember
it
when-
through the
Yeah.
drain.
But do you remember when it
Because
would get
gets
so
skinny
thin?
enough, and you're like, goodbye.
But it would also get so thin you could fold it in half. And
Oh,
then
yeah,
you'd
yeah,
thicken
yeah,
it
yeah.
up again and go, oh, we got a few more goes out of this
Oh
bad
yeah,
boy.
like mate, I've gone really like to the very end
the
of
bitter
the
end.
earth, to the point where it's literally come apart in my
in your hand, you
hands,
just go
and
like,
I'm
all
like,
right, let's try and get as much as we
yeah,
can
like the
here.
final days of Rome, dude, with this fucking thing.
But so with that, I think as the soap is shedding, it getting smaller, what could be perceived as the germs on it are actually going away. So it's constantly clean.
But would there be germs on soap, or would they be killed instantly?
Or do they just wash away instantly?
Do you know what I mean? Like, or is it dead germs on there? Are they
you could
dead
rub
on there?
poo on soap.
And is the poo clean then?
No. I think you've got dirty poo on a clean soap, and then the soap would be able to be restored pretty easily if you just got a couple of the layers off.
Yeah, because if you're wiping a soapy poo onto you, it's still poo.
There's still
right?
poo there, dude. Poo is poo, no matter
Poo
which
is-
way you slice it.
Well, poo is poo, and poo can't be cleaned.
You can't clean a poo.
You can't.
No.
You can try to polish one and present it nicely, but
Well, that's the famous saying. You can't polish a turd, but you can roll it in glitter.
I read an article the other day, just a tiny little shift,
Seems like the right
about
time.
a practice that's happening. The article alluded to this going on in the Middle East, but it could be happening anywhere, where wealthy gentlemen are paying people to
Shit on glass?
Shit on glass.
Yeah.
What's that about?
Dave, gonna need you to get the name.
Yeah. Is that like a sexual thing?
I would
imagine
imagine that they're
because-
laying there touching themselves
Yeah,
or
that's-
getting sucked off. Yeah.
That's nothing new. I don't know
No.
if it was Jimi Hendrix or like an old blues guitarist. Was it Hendrix? Toddler's nodding. But there's some old rock and roll story that like on tour, he used to lie under a glass table and get groupies to shit there.
Yeah.
So it's nothing
What
new.
the
Can you
fuck?
find out what the term is?
What's the kink there?
I also, just a side note,
Because you're not actually getting shit on.
I'm not gonna.
It's suspended above
Yeah,
you.
no, it's a visual thing as much as anything else. I also, and there's a lot of people on this show, so I'm just not incriminating anyone in particular, but I got told what's the Celebrity Apprentice on Channel 9?
Yeah.
One of the contestants on there likes getting pissed on. Is what I was told, allegedly. One of the contestants on there likes getting pissed on.
Like lay down, I'll urinate on you, or
Listen, I know it's in a sexual manner. It's not sort of just like, oh, you want to come around and piss on each other? It's like,
there's a lot of admin there. Surely you do that sort of thing in the shower, or is
well,
that
you
loses,
could,
that
well,
lose,
you
does
could
that
lay
lose
down,
its luster?
You could lay down like a towel or one of those. What's the thing that you have when you used to piss the bed? Like those plastic sheets?
You'd need the plastic sheet, mate. Because you can piss, you can comfortably soak a fucking towel pretty quickly,
You can soak a whole mattress, mate. Like, let's be honest. If you need to go,
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Now you've got now you're soaked, you're drenched.
when I usually get my large Macca's coffee when I've got time to come in, I'm pissing for like 6 days after that. Like you could absolutely drench a human being.
Mate, I think if you came in ready to rock and roll, you were absolutely busting, you'd pounded a large ice long black. You could, I think, possibly saturate a mattress to the point where it seeps into the other side.
It's a write-off. You could write off a mattress.
I think you could ride off a mattress with a heavy flow. Yeah. A heavy stream.
heavy stream.
I think
Dude,
you could.
sometimes if you need to go, you can be standing there. Like, I've been to the...
Dude, I remember...
I've started laughing at myself before.
I've
I'm like,
laughed
this
at
is
you.
ridiculous.
I've laughed at you before. Once, I remember. It was fucking absurd. It went. I'm talking like, I reckon we pushed into 3 or 4 minutes, dude. This was, it was fucked up. It was on a bender once, and it just wouldn't stop. And it wouldn't stop, and it just kept going, and it got funnier and funnier and funnier. It went for so long. It was literally
One of the great
like,
pisses all time.
One of the great pisses all time, but a mattress ender.
yeah.
This thing, dude.
Yeah, that thing will wipe out a mattress.
That could have wiped out a king, bro.
Yeah. That's like a Yellowstone volcano version of like...
Yeah, that was a super volcano.
So I've done a bit of research here. I think it was Chuck Berry, the one I was thinking of, who was noted for his affinity for
Sorry,
poo.
Jimmy.
Sorry, Jimmy.
Sorry, Jimmy.
mate.
Not you, dude.
Wasn't you, bruh? I
He
know
paid
you're
out
watching.
millions of dollars in like court cases and stuff because not only did he do that, but he also set up like recording devices in women's bathrooms.
Well, that's disgusting.
But like, yeah, just for that purpose. But and on
Wait a minute.
For poo-based purpose.
yeah, for poo-based.
But has he got it
purposes.
in the bowl? Or is he just like to know that
I think he
someone's
probably
shitting?
likes the sounds.
Yeah, I think it is audio because this is like
Oh,
70s or something.
Okay,
so.
and he's a muso,
Yeah.
so he's an audiophile. He just likes the...
But I have
Dude, you should
found.
come to a men's bathroom on a Monday morning.
Why would you be in the female?
Dude, what are you
You're going to
doing?
get way more out of the male, dude.
You get
Holy
paid for your buck in the
shit.
bloke's bathroom.
Oh, my God.
Mate, there's nothing more fucked up than a men's
to a-
bathroom
just
between
wait.
like the hours of 7 in the morning
Yeah,
until
yeah.
maybe 9:30.
Yeah. Oh, shit, yeah. dude,
Fucking
it's-
disgusting.
Mate, you got to pick your battles. I remember I used to work in the city, and there was a 2-toilet operation, and there wasn't enough floor to ceiling coverage for mine.
Yeah.
And they were too close together. They were quite cramped. I'm like, if someone came in, if someone else was in there, I'm like, I'm out. I used to go to a different floor.
Really?
Because it's just sometimes it gets, because there was a couple of rogue operators on our floor that used to fucking get into their work, and just an overwhelming
Look, I get it.
experience.
A bit of stage fright when you're trying to take a dump.
No,
of
it's more.
consequence.
No, it's more about
them.
them.
Yeah. Well,
It's
see,
a them issue.
I struggle, and again, I can't smell, so I don't know what I'm dealing with.
Like one
but-
bloke used to go through, sorry to cut you off, used to go through rolls of toilet paper.
Yeah.
I'm like, you got to stop wiping your ass, bro, because this is getting fucking outrageous.
I've got no issue with someone.
I'm talking a 15-minute wipe, mate.
I mean, but what sort of poo is he doing? You know, there are some times.
Ongoing.
Right, but exactly.
Like-
So, like, you know,
Just never seem to end.
my old man was telling me the story once, and I'm going to butcher it, but it was, I think he was just like some funny yarn with these dudes on a golf course. And I won't retell it to sort of, because it wasn't a joke, but it was just, he was laughing at the conversation about like, there are certain times when you take a dump and you know immediately that you're in for like a long haul wipe. You know what I mean? Like Some of them are like clean snaps, and then you go, oh, dude, this one has somehow found its way all across my cheeks, and like. It's like all across my cheeks, and it might be it's way too high. Like I don't know how. How did
It's
this
up my
happen?
back,
It's up my
dude.
back.
Yeah.
Like there's just someone.
I'm
you get
wiping
there.
shit off my lower back here, dude.
Yeah,
I gotta
what
go
is
have a
going
shower.
on?
Like sometimes you go, I've got to have a shower.
Yeah, I need to literally just turn the shower on and just hop straight in.
Because I don't know what's gone wrong here.
Something's gone wrong.
Something's gone amiss. Am I sitting
at
wrong?
a foundational level. Yeah, maybe it's an ergonomic issue of like how you are sitting. But
Well, supposedly we don't. You should be squatting.
dude, you're meant to have these things where you like raise your legs.
Well, you're supposed to be squatting.
Well, I know, but this mimics that.
Sure. It does mimic it, and you're absolutely right. Point
Drop
is,
hole's not for everyone. I've been there. It's a nightmare. Drop holes are fucked.
Dude, drop holes have their place.
But the
Not
problem
in
with
my
the drop
life.
hole though is that it's putting a lot of pressure on knees, and basically it's assuming that everyone has good knees.
The problem
And I don't.
also with the drop hole is it takes away the ability to unwind. You know,
Taking a shit becomes
I'm on
a
my
real
throne.
effort.
I'm in my own space. I've got my phone. In the old days, you'd have a fucking
Newspaper.
a Playboy, a Penthouse there or something.
National Geographic.
National Geographic, whatever the toiletry
whatever
offering was.
Yeah, whatever got you hard.
But now it's a phone. Now it's a phone, obviously, and you just sit there and you unwind and you decompress.
Yeah.
And 5 minutes quickly becomes 25. But that's fine.
Well, sometimes
because you're
it's-
sitting.
But it's also good because I think you don't want to force a poo out. You need to just coax it out, like you're trying to get a cat back inside, like you know. You don't want to push it because that's bad, I think, for your insides. You just want to let it slowly, like you want it to feel comfortable
Well, you want it to come out of its own
on its own accord, on its own volition. Come on.
Yeah.
Here
You
we
need
go.
you need it to fall out.
Because if you need to fall out, if you start pushing it out, there's a very real chance that you aren't even getting all of it.
Well, sometimes you need to push, and sometimes the other.
Sometimes you do have to push.
but
That's the
sometimes there's
reality.
times where you're like, oh shit, I'm in the fucking trenches now.
Sometimes you
Like
have to
this-
birth a poo.
Yeah.
There is a reality to taking
there
a shit.
is. And
sometimes you
not
got
often.
to birth one.
Not often. I'd say 1 in 50 poos I'll have to birth.
Yeah, and that's usually when you've been living hard, I think.
Well, you're falling on hard
You've fallen
times.
on hard times and you're not eating things that maybe loosen stools. You're eating things that are... you know-
You haven't had your daily intake of Sultana brand.
No,
and it shows.
Yeah, you've been gummed up maybe from 19 cheeseburgers, for example, and you've got to birth something every once in a while. Maybe 2 or 3 in that case, but birthing done. Triplets.
Yeah. Look, if you have 19 cheeseburgers in 6 hours, you may have to
Yeah,
birth triplets.
you might-
That's just a reality. You may have to birth triplets.
You may have to birth triplets. But usually, if you just give it time, you can coax them out pretty easily. You know what I mean?
If you're comfortable.
If you're comfortable.
and you're in your own space.
You don't
Are
wanna
you
force
are you a public toilet guy?
I will shit anywhere.
Yeah, I can do a public toilet. No
My
problem.
old man, my brother, they're like, when we go to cafes, it's like the first thing I do. I'm like, I got to go. And
I can
they're
get a
like-
Macca's,
they're
KFC.
like, what is wrong
doesn't,
with you, dude?
I don't pick or choose. Some obviously are pretty rogue setups, but
Well,
when the
I can
time
s-
I'm not sitting around on this thing, dude.
No.
Like,
But the problem is, well, not the problem, the thing that is weird, and especially for someone like me who is, a bit germophobic, again, not really, but I am sort of, when it suits me, so I'm actually like probably just a fucking hypocrite, but is the idea that like, in no other setting will I sit on a toilet that a human's pissed on. In the sense, like, in terms of like, oh yes, so there's piss on the seat, or there's piss on this chair. It's like, let me just wipe the piss off that chair and I'll go and sit on it with my skin.
do you
Sometimes, if you've got it.
square off some toilet paper to protect the rim?
It depends. If there's, I don't just do it like if I'm.
I'll
I'm,
give it a wipe, but that's it. No,
if I'm dealing with
into
a
it.
clean seat, then no, I'm not going to put paper down. But if there's piss on it, then I'm wiping the piss off. Then I'm layering it with paper, and then I'm sitting.
Yeah, I
down.
don't bother lowering.
And I will always put a landing in there because the last thing you want is a drop of toilet water up your.
Oh, I think you land. Yeah, you generally land.
You gotta have a- you
in
gotta
that
have a-
environment. I think
yeah.
you need a safety net,
Yeah,
as it were,
You do not want toilet water up your butthole.
because it will.
It goes straight up there.
It'll find a way.
It always does.
Just to bow this conversation, to get back to the act we were talking about before of laying under a glass table
Yes.
and having someone defecate on top, Urban Dictionary calls that a glass bottom boat.
a glass bottom boat.
I'm cool with that. I like that.
The article I read was throwing around crazy numbers that some of these guys are willing to pay to get glass bottom boated.
Yeah, is that in the Middle East?
Yes.
Yes, they're like big, like rich sheiks and
Sheiks
oil.
and shit. Yeah.
Because you'd probably be like
Wow.
executed if they found out you were doing weird shit like that in some of those
I'm
countries.
fucked if I know.
I think they're a law unto themselves at some point.
I think like
When you
some of
get that
those men
rich.
over there can do whatever the fuck they
Yeah,
want,
yeah.
dude. I think it's like play on.
Can you find?
I don't know
anything
how
that
much I need to
explains
get
what it
paid
is
to
that you
shit on
like?
someone.
That you'd need to be paid?
Yeah.
I wouldn't need to be paid that much. Dude, if I'm doing
How much is not much?
Well, if I'm doing
to
this,
shit on a shake.
dude, if a shake
How much
wants
to shit on a shake?
well, I'm not
Fair
shit,
dinkum.
a shit above a shake.
You know what I mean.
I mean, what's the going rate? What are they prepared to pay?
I think some of them get like fucking like 250,000. I think it was saying.
I reckon I
20,000,
would shit on a shake for 50 grand. Why wouldn't you?
because, well, I mean, like, are you comfortable walking around knowing you shit on a shake for 50 grand? You know what I mean? Like, I understand what you're saying, but that's still in your mind.
You've still got
It's
the
still,
memories.
it's still the memories aren't erased.
Yeah, look, I
That's
do know
still
what you
part
mean.
of it's still part of your identity.
Yeah, it's part of who I am, and I'm going to have that conversation with my children at some point.
Well, I wouldn't be having it with your kids.
No, I mean, listen, 50 grand, it would depend the setting, but I don't know how much the setting's going to make a difference. I mean, I just need to, feel comfortable.
If you're ready,
Like what? You go in and shake hands? And
No. I just want to be able to walk in, know that I don't need to meet the shake, he doesn't need to meet me, and I just got
yeah,
to
you don't want to make the shake.
just drop a dump on some glass and walk out. Is that it? Is that just a bing, bang, boom? Or do I need to hang around?
Well,
I don't
what
need
if,
to
what if
clean it
someone
up?
like came to you as you were entering the bathroom to do a poo anyway, and they were like, "Well, you could do it in there, or I could pay you 50,000 to do it over here
in
on
this next
sheet."
room?
Yeah,
I'm probably doing it.
I feel
Give me
like
the
that's
cash up front.
convenience. Yeah.
Cash up front, 50 grand. If it's just next door, I tell you what else. I would like to walk into the room and the glass be the floor. I don't want to have to go into some weird thing
And
be
get
like
up onto a plate.
suspended like I'm a stripper.
Well, so the reality is that you probably walk in, there's a shake laying on the ground, you get up onto the platform.
That's what I don't want.
Yeah, well, I think that's probably what it is.
Well, I don't know if it is. Who knows?
Well, no, I don't know
It's a
either.
weird. And listen, I don't want to.
In the scenario I'm creating for you.
Yeah, well, okay. I also don't want to. I know that not all shakes into this sort of gear.
We're talking about the shakes that were mentioned in the article
Yes.
that like glass bottom boats.
Yes. So to you guys, 50 grand, but I do have some non-negotiables,
Caveats.
some caveats, and that is I don't want to be up on a stage. That's
I don't
it.
want people clapping.
I want cash up front. I'd like more than 50 if you can rustle it up.
If there's 200 floating around, I'm yours.
What about would we go as package deal for 200?
I think we'd get more as a package deal.
I think we would as well. I'm just saying what's our
I
base?
need to get paid more than 50 grand to fucking
Yeah, but I'm
shit
saying
next to you.
Well,
on
I'm
a
hoping
shake.
that we could maybe just go one after the other as opposed to a duo.
Well, I thought it was like we hold, when you...
Oh, like hold it, like lean back. What do you do there as well? Because you're obviously going to wee at the same time.
Not always. Well,
You always. No human has shit without weeing, I don't think.
I don't know. Maybe there's like a little fucking ice cream container that you aim into. I don't know. I don't know how it works.
Or do you just piss all over the place?
You
as well?
probably do. And it's just dripping off the sides. Bring your Wish Wellingtons.
Oh, fuck. You and me butt ass naked in Wellingtons.
That's an image.
It's an image.
That's an image.
Oh, fuck. That'd be fun.
Oh, shout out to the Shakes.
Shout out to the shakes and glass bottom boats. That's brilliant. Something to think about anyway. Something to think about. Have you seen on Instagram Tomic and fucking Kyrgios going at each other?
No.
Get that up, Dave. So I think Kyrgios was asked a question about Tomic I don't know. There's some Daily Mail article, I think, that prompted it. Go to Bernie's stories first, and then that will set the scene because he has a screenshot of the article, and then he responds, and then Kyrgios comes back and bags the fuck out of him.
Oh, he's on private.
Who is?
Tomic.
Are you on the Hello Sport Instagram or are you on yours?
I'm on the Herald Instagram.
Where you fucking DM Christian Welsh.
Where you read my DMs.
Yeah, bruh. Fucking oath.
I was fishing for like an invite into
Yeah,
the
I
chat.
knew.
Yeah,
I knew
it was
fucking-
very obvious, dude. It was really obvious what you were trying to do,
Yeah,
bro.
we saw that because I saw a message from like because I get notifications for the Herald and it popped up with Christian Welsh. I'm like, what the fuck's he messaging us for? And then I'm like, oh, it's in the Herald and it's Dave like going, hey, gonna be down at the game. Do the players still come out of the fucking thing? He's like, yeah, they do. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bruh. Yeah, bruh.
That was funny. Okay, so the Herald, you got to follow him. Obviously, that's fucking annoying. Well, why don't I just show you?
You just
Eddie?
show me, buddy.
And then we can. Where is it? So just look. So here, the story, the Daily Mail article is tennis bad boy Nick Kyrgios drops huge bombshell about his romance with Costine Hatzi. It's his misso, obviously.
Yep.
And gives Bernard Tomic a massive serve. Get up the Daily Mail article, Dave. So then Bernard has shared the article.
Yep.
And going, seriously? And then I'll just maybe play this into the mic so you can just hear it as well, though. Oh, he shares the next bit of the article. When a fan posted, Bernard says he's better than you. The Canberra-born Aussie Open doubles champ didn't mince his words. Better in what way? Kyrgios says. I've got a high career high, more money, more wins, and give back whenever I can. It's time for BT just to quiet down. He ain't even playing anymore. I got years left.
Look, the only logical explanation is that I'm his idol. He's always been in my shadows growing up. That's why anytime someone mentions my name to him, it gets under his skin. He knows he can't rewrite history as well. The records I set when I was, 16, 17, 18, 19, youngest slam quarterfinalist at Wimbledon, the biggest tournament in the world, youngest person to win a match at the Australian Open at 16. I think I was the youngest Davis Cup player in history in Australia, and a couple other things in juniors. I think I was the youngest person to win a slam as well in juniors at 15. So he knows he can't change that, he can't rewrite that, and he would love to shut me up if he could. He knows he can't. He knows my style dominates his, and he knows he will lose.
Then he says, my manager told me to stop retaliating. Do you think I should? I just was like, absolutely not. You should keep going.
Dude, I would love for them to play. Hopefully there is a tournament but the problem is Bernard Tomic's so shit now. He's on all the qualifying tours and shit.
Well,
so I don't see
so
a world in which they can play.
That's why then if you go to King Kyrgios, if I can find that, I believe he's responded over there with 2 million followers.
Has he got 2 million followers?
Yeah, dude.
Fucking hell, bruh. He's big.
Yeah, he is.
He's massive. What's Bernie got? Fucking 30,000 or something.
Can we find, Dave, where Kyrgios has responded? Because I can't find it here.
So I think he responded on his stories, which might be gone.
Yeah, he's taken him down.
So he said, this is from the article. Actually, I can put this up on the screen. So Kyrgios took to Instagram to share some thoughts of his own. He said, haha, Tomic, let's not forget the time I paid for your flight home from Shanghai because you had no money. Ha 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 ha, rewrite history. You are the most hated, in capital letters, athlete in Australia. You are right. No one can take over that. And then he posted a screenshot of Tomic's recent results saying, Bernard, I didn't realize it was this bad. I low-key feel bad now. Hit me up if you need me to help you remember how to play. Jesus.
Oh, go down. We've already read that. Go to his results. What was his
Dave,
result?
slow down. Up.
So he lost.
So look, lost to 374 in
74th
the world. Go down. He
lost to
453
453rd in the world. So I think that's what he's implying, is that mate, you're getting pumped by guys that are well outside the top 100.
Does he have a foundation? What is he saying here?
So he,
I got compared with Bernard Tomic today, and I never felt more insulted. Does he have a foundation, like the Nick Kyrgios Foundation? Does he have the accomplishments? Did he raise money for the bushfires? It's disgusting, man. Do your research. Do your own research. Dior, hoodie's still on sale. Also, I ain't fucking with anyone who does OnlyFans. Oh, and by accomplishments, I beat the big four. It's not a bad accomplishment, is it? In December, Tomic said he was better than Kyrgios. I'm probably...
Mate, at the end of the day, Bernard Tomic he's right. He was the youngest quarterfinalist at Wimbledon, I think, in history. But that doesn't fucking mean anything, dude,
doesn't.
because you started being a lazy piece of shit who didn't fucking try, and you had tantrums, and then you went and did OnlyFans, did like softcore porn.
Well,
now
it was
you
actually not. It was the worst fucking OnlyFans of all time.
And now you like there was other footage of him getting.
I don't know if that was him.
I think it was.
I think I'd know Bernie's hog if I'd seen it. It was someone else's.
We've been over this before. So, mate, you're all like, and Kyrgios has done more. Kyrgios has done more, but
I feel
he's
bad for
not lived
Tomic.
up.
When Tomic went on the, was it the fucking Celebrities in the Jungle?
Didn't he leave straight away?
Yeah, dude. But at some point, he opened up to someone about his childhood, and it made me feel so fucking sorry for him. And it's kind of coloured the way I view everything he does now, in the sense of going like, yeah, he's a fucking idiot, but his family life and his upbringing was so dysfunctional, and his parent, like his old man, was a fucking psycho, and like he didn't have a childhood, that I just think you need to cut people like that slack. I'm not saying that I'm like, I love him. I kind of do love him though, because it's fucking great content and he's funny. But like, in terms of like judging him for the way he's behaving, I'm like, you just have no chance when you're a child and you're raised the way that you are. Like, you just don't have a chance really of being a fucking normal person. And that's why Kyrgios is a fucking weirdo as well, right? Like, they're all child athletes just driven, pounded into the earth to just hit fucking tennis balls.
Where tennis is one of those sports as well where you literally need to be pounded into the earth.
Then again, you see
all of them, a lot of them, yeah, but she was a child star. She's great.
I just mean, she had a good upbringing, it seems, as well. Like, seems to be a good
But
person.
all of these people, like, she's also retired at fucking 25 or something. You know what I mean? She goes, fuck this, I'm out.
Yeah.
Because you've been playing for such a long time by that point already.
Yeah.
Hitting like millions of balls a year when they're 12, 13, 14. Andy Murray and Djokovic, they're mates because they got sent away to some fucking tennis camp in Spain when they were like 11
Yeah.
to live and train and shit. It's pretty hectic. It's very hectic.
So they're friends, Andy Murray.
well,
I don't think they are now.
Well, they might not be now.
Because like Kyrgios and Murray are friends, and Kyrgios hates Djokovic.
I don't think that means anything. What does that mean? Anything?
I don't know. It doesn't mean anything, you're right, but it doesn't mean nothing.
I don't think it means anything.
Oh, I think it means something.
Why?
Because I'm pretty sure I've heard both of them criticise Djokovic.
Maybe. They grew up as mates. They might not be mates now. That's also plausible. People fall out, Tom.
They do, sadly.
Sadly, it is sad.
It is sad.
That is a sad reality, but it is a reality nonetheless.
Anyway, shout out to Bernie and to the King for keeping tennis trucking along.
We're all alive in our hearts and our souls.
Also, our boy Cody Simpson, the number one swimmer in the country, qualified for the Com Games. That video was heartwarming.
Did we talk about that the other day?
No, we just spoke about, I think, the brouhaha. Or did we talk about the Com Games? We might have talked about the Com Games. Who fucking knows?
Congratulations to Cody.
Well done, he
He's
made
gone
it.
the big lift. He's made it. It's incredible stuff. It is impressive. It's fucking impressive that he's been able to do that.
I was reading an article, and only a snippet of it because I lost interest midway through, but about how the feat that he has done. And I think Grant Hackett was being quoted in it. It's like, dude, most swimmers, and the perception in swimming is that you retire when you're like 22. Like, you know, you have this, you like your teen years and then your early adult years, and then you're kind of washed up by your mid-20s. And it's like, he's like,
well,
what?
Liesl Jones she's won silver at 15.
Gold at 15?
I think she won silver at Sydney when she was 15.
Thorpe was fucking young as shit.
She's
as well.
17. I'm pretty sure
No, he was 14 or 15. He was young as fuck, wasn't he?
Nah, not at Sydney. He was 17.
Oh, not at Sydney. Okay.
I think he was 17.
Anyway,
17's still fucking
that's fucking young.
ridiculously
But
young.
basically,
She won a silver at Sydney.
there you
15,
go.
yeah.
They were just saying what Cody's done is pretty fucking. Is not pretty. It's incredible. Like, he's an outlier freak, basically, in that he's been able to go away and chase fucking music and entertainment and shit, and come back and then be a top 10 swimmer in the country inside of like fucking 2 years.
That's pretty fucking wild.
It's insane. It's actually insane.
That's unbelievable. I wonder if he was swimming over
at
there.
the age, he's 24.
Do you think was he swimming over there or not?
Bro, he wasn't fucking
No, he's
training.
25.
Yeah. Well,
He's not that young.
No, he's not. Well, in swimming years, he's a granddad.
Yeah, dude, he's old as fucking swimming years.
Anyway, whatever. On new sets, about even new set, it's now in the studio. We might have copped one of the great ass poundings of all time by some salty dribblers about the new set. Now, we are, I would remind the dribblers, whilst they were, I mean, and we might even get Dave to read some of the comments because they were funny. But so we did it on a green screen. Just need everyone to relax a little bit here. We're trying fucking, as you can see here, this set that we're on now isn't finished. We're still trying things out. We're still working things out. The green screen, we like the idea of the green screen potentially. What you would know is that behind that green screen is one of the largest fucking structures of all time, man-made, which is just basically 2 walls, which we're also toying with the idea of fucking off the green screen if it doesn't work. But we're trying the green screen because of the element that it allows you to add in the background, obviously, as a green screen works.
But like, don't get your knickers in a knot,
don't get your knickers in a knot.
If it
It's all
doesn't
good.
work, we've got a set ready to go. So just easy.
Calm down.
Carnival fucking farms, dude.
down.
But these things take time. Tom and I like to mull. We're mullers by trade,
Yep.
and we will mull on things until they feel right. We try things here, we try things there, and eventually they fall into place. As this set's falling into place,
As
slowly
this
but
whole
surely.
studio falls into place.
We've got ideas to pad this out nicely. I think you're going to be really aroused by it. We certainly are. But we must mull, Tom and I.
You got to
We
mull,
must
you got to
mull.
try it, because the problem is, and I think the thing that we found is that you can spend too much time trying to get it perfect the first time. So initially with just with this set, for example, it was like, let's not fucking do anything until it's completely done and ready, and then just like drop nuts and go, here's the new set. And then we're like, you know what? After a while, and we were just sitting here on a grey couch in front of a grey wall, we're like, we just got to start doing it. And you can see the slow progression until the set is the set. And that was much the same with About Even. We needed to get out of Kempy's studio. Not needed to, but we were in here and we had everything set up to
felt
go.
obligated
We
to.
felt, like he'd been there for a long time. Again, shout out to the great man for housing us. What a legend he is. But so we were like, fuck it, let's just get in there and do it. The background for the green screen was a fucking, yep, let's give this a go. Is it too white? I think you could say it is.
Is it ideal? No. But it's a mulling.
It's a mulling.
And it's a slow progression.
But I did
And
love the comments.
Much
There was
like the podcast, these things take time, baby.
They do.
You got to get into the trenches and you got to fucking work it out yourself, bruh.
Oh, to be honest, where the whole fucking idea for the green screen comes from is from Barstool, where they have a show called The Sports Advisors, right? If you pay attention to Barstool Sports. But basically, the beauty of it is that when they're saying something that's funny, or just anything, the background can become like another layer to the joke or to the yarn or to the story that just gets added in. And that was the impetus behind giving it a crack. So it's early days. As we're saying, though, if it doesn't work, we fuck it off and we roll. We just keep rolling. But we're calling for calm. Much like the Bra Boys and the Hells Angels did when there was, beef on the beaches.
Yeah.
Throwback to Cronulla riots. It was calling for calm.
Calling for calm.
So we're just calling for calm.
We're calling for calm, bruh. Calling for calm.
So that's that. That's that, punters, dribblers. But yeah, some of the comments were fucking good. Where
They were hilarious.
They were like year 10 fucking
Multimedia
HSI project, multimedia.
And I'm like, you know what? Don't hate that comment.
I don't hate that comment either. Oh yeah, for 2 guys that graduated with fucking degrees in media, this thing looks like a pile of shit. Yep.
Some guy goes, "You boys gonna give me a weather report on that green screen?" All right.
We could.
And we probably will.
And we might.
At some point.
Potentially. See how we go.
Who knows? Anything else there, Dave? Any other good ones?
Someone goes, "Vegan ciggies and faded denim green screens don't mix well."
No.
Real Zoom meeting vibes. Someone said,
That's what Steph said. Steph goes, it looks like a fucking Zoom meeting.
yeah,
I was
like year
that's
6 Photoshop photos on your photo booth. Photos
Yeah, like that one.
yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Green screen 13 plus.
as we put it up, it was funny because as we put it up, like put the episode up, and then it was like the live chat. So there's like the comments.
You
says the live
can't read afterwards for some reason.
I think you can if you go back. I don't know. But the live chat was like, what the fuck is this shit? It was like, and we're going, oh, this isn't great. They're not loving the fucking green screen. Oh, Jesus.
All part of it, baby.
But the set is coming together. Like green screen or no green screen, the studio generally coming together, and it's fucking very horny. We will do a reveal once it's all sort of... Once we're happy with just the base level of what needs to happen. There's still a few things we need to kick around, but like...
We're getting there, baby.
We're getting there, all right.
Know that. Know it's coming together.
Oh, it's coming.
Punters and Dribblers, exciting news. If you weren't aware, we will remind you again, live stream tonight from 7:50
Yep.
p.m. Hello Sport YouTube. Be there or be square. Manly taking on the Melbourne Storm. They will win comfortably. We will win 13 plus, that we know.
Shout out to Ko who brings us rugby league when we do talk it on the show. It's also, Eddie, Kieran Foran's 250th game of rugby league, so you have him for an anytime try scorer because that's a narrative bet. You also have George Tafua. In fact, what is right now, as we go to
Tafua and
Foran,
Now we're talking.
just an anytime try. Also, shout out to that dribbler who last night put up in the P's and D's page what he described as a $23 sure thing in the Shep last at Shepparton. On
Did
the
it win?
trots. Didn't come anywhere near winning, and that man is now officially dead to me.
But I like people throwing their
out.
hat in
Yeah,
the ring.
you
I
got
encourage you to have a crack, but know that if it fails, you will be shot.
Yeah, you'll be shot, and we'll never talk to you again.
That's all we're saying. Just know that if it fails, you'll be shot.
Okay,
It's not a big deal.
So we go here. Ruben Garrick is paying $4 anytime try scorer. That is fucking insanity.
The Gaz at fullback.
Dude, what the fuck? Dude, Manly anytime tries are through the roof. They just must not rate Manly at all. Well, they don't. Not must not. George Tafua is shortest at 280 for Manly. And then we pair that
What's
with
Foz? Foz will be $7, won't he?
650. You're getting 15.56 for those two to score. On Neds. Gamble responsibly. But yeah, that's tonight. Foz is 250th. We got Eddie and myself, Sebo of About Even fame, and my brother Willie Burns, also a diehard Manly fan, will be joining us to sit here. It's going to be more of an About Even bent in terms of we're going to be punting, you know. We're going to be punting on this one. Bets will be on the screen. You can follow along. We might even release a little bet card beforehand.
Yeah, I think so. I think we will do a bet card, load up the account, get into our work.
Yes.
I think it's going to be a good night. I think Manly shocks the world tonight.
Look at the team list there, and like I'm being genuine here, punters dribblers. So just bear with us. Now, if you just go through the backs, we're starting with the backs. Ruben Garrick better than Nick Meaney at fullback. I think we can agree with that. I would pick George Tafua over Dean Aramaya, but that may be up to you.
I would kind of agree with you there.
Thank you. Morgan Harper and Marion Seve. Dave, what do we think? I think Morgan Harper, I think they're much of a muchness.
Yeah, I think so. But I think based on the fact that Harper's had a lot more game time and experience recently, I'd
You would
probably
go
take
with-
him.
take Harper?
Seve's only like 2 games in the last year or so.
Olam, obviously, you would take over Cooler, but only, again, like, Cooler is showing a shitload, right? Like, Cooler would be the second best centre in the game tonight. Like, it's Olam the best, and then...
tonight.
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 Yeah,
No, yeah,
tonight.
tonight,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
in the NRL. Although I'd also go with that. Obviously, you take Coates over Tuipulotu, but again, you're not losing. Tui's good. Now, in the halves, obviously Munster is one of the number one playmakers in the game. Like, both halves, I think, are as good as each other collectively. Munster's obviously great. Hughes is obviously great. But Cherry Evans can kick the dick out of it. And, like...
Did you see that stat about Hughes and Munster?
What?
That, like, basically we lose far more games when we don't have Munster than when
Yeah,
we don't
no,
have
I
Hughes.
saw that.
Yeah.
I don't know if Hughes plays tonight.
Yeah, I reckon he doesn't
I
play.
reckon he's out again, dude.
Nah, I think he does because
No, I don't think so.
we haven't really got another replacement on the bench with Harry Grant. There's no Cooper Johns.
Who's your 20th? Who's your 19, 20th?
We
Or
got
18, 19,
Tom
20th?
Eisenhuth and Jaden Nikorima. So
Jaden
Wishart,
Nikorima. Bang.
well, it'd be Wishart coming in and Nikorima, but
Yeah.
I think Cooper Johns would be in there if they thought.
Where's
if they
he?
thought-
Like, he hasn't been getting any shots.
Cooper Johns?
Yeah, has he been
pla-
injured?
Yeah, he played
Did he
against...
play last week?
Not last week, but the week before when we got pumped by the Panthers.
And
He
then
played.
dropped last week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Harry Grant played 7 last week.
Which is not a good sign for Cooper Johns, though, right? If you're getting Harry Grant paying half, so we got the halves there. I think they're pretty even. Evie, shout out to Evie. Jesse and Josh, I mean, it's hard to go past Jesse, what Jesse has done in the game, the standing, but I think Josh is as good. Current form?
Yeah, Jesse in his heyday was
Different
much
story,
better,
but we're
yeah,
talking current
Josh
form.
is a handful, bro.
I think current form, Josh is actually probably better. Lachlan Croker, Brandon Smith. I think Croker, I mean, look, Brandon Smith, you'd have to take. But they play differently. Sipley Kamakamika, I take Sipley.
I'd take Tui.
Yeah,
That's
and I can understand
That's a
that.
scary man.
Ola Kawatu, better than Felice Kafusi.
Correct.
Kenny Bromwich probably has the wood over Andrew Davey. Craig Davey.
And Jake has it over Josh King. So
Jay shits all over Josh
based on
King.
those starting 13s, you've got to ask yourself, seriously, who would you rather?
Now let's go
'Cause
bench
I'd rather
here, Eddie.
Manly.
The bench was getting me
Dylan
worried.
Walker, Tyron Richard. There's no question. Josh Schuster,
Is
Trent.
Dylan Walker's father a legend? Didn't think so.
That doesn't make any difference tonight, David.
No, it makes no sense either.
Josh Schuster and Trent.
Loyero?
Is he the one with the great chin?
No, that's Alec McDonald. He's not playing tonight, unfortunately.
Sean Kepi, Chris Lewis, Kepi, obviously, and Kurt DeLuey and Jordan Grant. I think Kurt DeLuey probably has it there.
Mate, I honestly love Manly 13 plus tonight at $19. I think that might be the bet of the year.
This might, again, obviously Melbourne are brilliant at bringing through, like, the next generation, right? And, like, showing us amazing players that either were missed, not noticed, whatever. But this might be the most fucking, like, unrecognisable Melbourne team of all time. That bench is, no disrespect, but for Melbourne, that bench is horse piss.
Yeah, well, coming into the season, our bench should have been and would have been Nelson, Tui, Cheese, and maybe one of these dudes if they wanted to put a Wishart in there
Yeah.
or Chris Lewis. And that's a good bench.
And Nelson's out, right?
yeah, Nelson's out and Welch is out, which
Yeah.
is why we're like on our second string.
If
front
we
rowers.
if we can man up in the middle,
Need to man up.
we
Tom.
need to man up in the middle.
We need to man up and get through the fucking tough stuff, dude. That's what we need.
So is Marty Tapau out as well? Who are our front rowers? Go back.
Sipley and Aloye.
Yeah, Marty's out. You know what? I don't mind Marty being out. At the moment,
Don't hate it.
so there's some Marty, I have like an up and down love affair with Marty. I mean, I always love Marty because of what he's a manly man.
He's a manly man.
But I'm interested to see how we go with a Sipley and Aloye rotation. But I think Manly
Interesting.
win 13 plus.
Manly will win and win well. We know that.
So that's 750 live stream, Hello Sport,
That's it, bud.
YouTube in Hello Sport Studios.
Does he?
Is there anything else going on in the world, guys, that we've missed?
There was Jared Croker's injury.
Oh, yeah. What did he do?
So according to the NRL physio,
Shout out to the NRL physio.
so Croker's had a bit of a bung shoulder for a few weeks. And according to the NRL physio, he re-injured it, re-dislocated it while he was reaching for the TV remote at home.
How the fuck does that happen?
How does that happen? That seems odd.
That is...
That seems odd.
He said in the post, NRL physio said, may sound unbelievable, but many with recurrent shoulder instability can probably relate. Actually, to be fair, I had a mate who needed like shoulder surgery, and because his shoulder was like pretty cooked for the year for the year before that. And there was one night where we were just like we were just chilling or something, like doing absolutely nothing, and he just goes, "Oh fuck, my shoulder just popped out." And
I
we're
mean,
like,
it's
"What
happened
are you
to
doing?"
Jarchi Boy a bunch.
Gus Walker's fucking shoulder used to come out a lot. I don't know if it still does. But it used to
Jarch's
pop out at the
does.
fucking side of a strong breeze.
Yeah, but Jarch's was like not strong breeze. His was like trying to crack a whip. And
Nah,
dumb
he's
shit
just
like that.
well, their dog jumped on his shoulder
That
and
as
it
well.
came out. Then he did a whip and it came out. I think it's come out like 3 times. He's been in and out of hospital with that fucking bung shoulder a
Mate,
lot.
it's
He needs
almost
to get
like
surgery on the
but
fucking.
it's almost like a time of the year where it's like it's the changing of the seasons when you see a video of Jarch in the fucking emergency late at night. Oh, I think spring's here. Jarch has dislocated his shoulder again and he's in emergency at fucking 4 a.m.
Yeah.
So I get it, but like if he was looking to come back this week and then he dislocates it getting a remote.
Poor bastard.
Not
But-
good for you. Tip the Raiders.
Nah, we'll be right. We'll be fine. The Raiders will be good. They'll
We'll
be
be
all right.
right. I don't think you say we'll be right, Eddie. No.
You know what I mean.
Don't you fucking dare. I do know what you mean. Shout out to Jared Croker. That sucks. I like Jared Croker. but it seems like the end is nigh potentially, or at least.
I feel like
the
he's
Super
been
League
playing.
is
I feel
nigh.
like he's been playing fucking rugby league since the dawn of time.
Dude, he's still probably, what, 30?
He's not very old. He's played a fuckload of games already. How close is he to 300?
So he is 32 or turning 32 this year. He's currently 31. He has played 292 games.
Oh,
for
come
first
on,
grade.
dude.
Come
Get to it.
on.
Get
Are they
to
all
it.
at Canberra?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude,
Get there.
if not for like injury in his form, like if he had been playing this season and last season, I reckon he would have been the most capped player ever by then.
No, I agree with that.
He definitely could have gone close, but he would have very much almost broken the point scoring record.
Yeah, yeah.
Because where is he?
That's
Is
it.
he number 2 on that now?
He's 2,244. I'll see where that lines up.
I think he's in the top 2 or 3, which is crazy.
Yeah, he's third. So Smith, El Masri, Jared Croker. And Croker's less than 200 points from El Masri.
Wow.
How many
He's a
games?
fucking... He's a stayer, dude.
Yeah, he is. It's interesting though when you think about like, so Smith took like 400 games to get the point scoring record. Not to get it, but like it's 400 games worth of point scoring. El Masri would have done it in 300 something games. I assume.
317.
And then Croker could have done that in even less games. I'm just trying to work out like as a percentage of games played,
Also,
who's scoring the most.
imagine if the Raiders were good.
Well, that too.
Average points per game, Tom.
Yes. Average points, PPG. Anyway, I don't think we've missed anything else.
I don't think so.
I think it's pretty much a fucking Thursday wrap for you. Live stream, 750, Dior hoodies, still on sale at hellosport.shop. Anything else?
That's it.
Got the Cambosis potty dropping Sunday night.
Oh, get wet for that,
Get
baby.
wet for that. That's thanks to
Cambosis Party
KO.
Sunday night. Oh, baby.
He fights June 5th for the undisputed lightweight world title belts, or all of them. June 5th, main event, available via KO. Make smart decisions. Make smart decisions, available via KO. See you Monday. Actually, see you tonight. See you tonight.
See you tonight.
Or if you listen to it Friday, then it's obviously Monday. Bye.
Could you two just not talk anymore?